Well, folks, welcome back to the upper tier. Welcome back to the Christmas festive period. This is a Premier League predictions week 18 show. Let us know your predictions in the comments. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and drop a like on the video. Up first, of course, we have Manchester United versus Newcastle. Seems weird, doesn't it, on a St. Stephen's Day stroke Boxing Day to have one fixture at 8 o'clock in the evening and nothing else going on. Seems very, very strange. This is an interesting one, really, because Man United obviously have a huge change in lineups and stuff like that with players injured and also at the AFCON. Newcastle at the moment as well. Interesting times for Eddie Howe as well. Not quite hitting the straps that they would want, but certainly have the potential and ability to do that at any stage. I think this is going to end up being a draw. I'm going to call this, I think this is going to be a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw. So that's what I'm going to go for. Both managers under pressure, of course. Both managers needing points on the board. United now with Liverpool going above them and stuff like that. A loss here would put a little bit of space between them and other teams and stuff like that in their hunt for potentially a top 5 Champions League spot. So they'll want to put a win on the board at home. The fans will be buoyant as well. It is the Christmas period, so they'll be loud. And Newcastle, I'm sure they'll bring a heavy travelling party down with them as well to Manchester. Always a huge fixture historically in the Premier League as well. I think a 2-2 draw. Up next, the half-12 fixture tomorrow, Forest entertaining Man City. Forest with that great news that they're going to transform the City ground and they're going to make it into, did they say something like 52 or 55,000 seater stadium, which is absolutely phenomenal to see Forest develop as they go along. Can't see anything here, only a City win. I know Deutsch has been doing really, really well for Forest, but City seem to have got that bit between their teeth now. They're hot on the heels of Arsenal and they'll want to put Arsenal under pressure again tomorrow. So I think it'll be a City win. I don't think it'll be easy, but I think you're looking at a City win here, marginally, maybe 3-2 or something like that. Early lunchtime kick-off as well, so who knows. But I'm going for a City win anyway. Into the 3 o'clock, you got Arsenal versus Brighton. Normally you would think this is an interesting tie and one where they could mess up, but I don't think they're going to here because I think Arsenal will know they'll probably be under pressure. City may go top again in the lunchtime kick-off, so you could be looking at Arsenal under a lot of pressure to try and recoup that top spot again. Brighton very indifferent this year and stuff like that, obviously leaning towards the likes of Danny Welbeck and all for results and stuff. But I think nothing but an Arsenal win here. I think they'll come back and they'll stay strong and show some of the metal. Arsenal as well starting a kind of a run of fixtures now that are just a little bit indifferent. Brighton would have been a difficult one for them, but I think the form of Brighton this year being kind of Jekyll and Hyde, I think they'll find it a little bit easier at the Emirates. And again, at the Emirates, the fans will be buoyant as well. Christmas period and stuff like that, nice and loud. Brentford versus Bournemouth. Again, this is kind of a flip of a dice, really, isn't it? You wouldn't know which way this is going to go. I'm going to sit on the fence on this with a 2-2. Brentford under Keith Andrews started off very, very well. A little bit of indifferent form and stuff like that. Bournemouth will be kind of buoyed by recent performances, but I think that, again, they've kind of lost their way a little bit and they have a number of players there as well, kind of looking over their shoulder. Obviously Semenyo heavily linked now with Man City, talk that a deal might be done, so that might derail them a little bit. So 2-2 draw there. Burnley versus Everton. Interesting one, this one. Everton will want to win here to continue pushing up that table and stuff like that and continue in that kind of top half. Burnley will hugely need the points and banging trouble down there at the bottom of the table as well in that shake up for relegation and stuff. So massive game, feels like a relegation 6-pointer, not so much on the Everton side of things but more on the Burnley side of things. Obviously going to be a very, very tough game as well. I think Everton might just shade this 2-1. Liverpool versus Wolves. If there's a fixture that a Wolves team wouldn't want, would be a trip to Anfield over the Christmas period. But we have seen in the past teams coming to Anfield at Christmas, we more often than not can cough up points at times. The teams that need points, we've seen it a number of seasons ago when Leeds came. I think they played us on the 27th or something of December or just before Christmas, and we ended up dropping an L to them. But I think nothing but a Liverpool win here. I think it'll be interesting. The lineup is going to be key on this one as well. What way does he line up? What players has he got back? We heard that there's a new fitness program there for Chiesa and all. But what will Slot go with? What will be the lineup? But I think Liverpool might have just too much quality. Again, it'll be buoyant in Anfield again with the Christmas period. And we have been on a decent run without feeling that we've turned the corner and stuff like that, and we will have a preview for you for the Wolves game as well, coming up probably later on this evening. West Ham versus Fulham, and tidy little London derby here, rounding out some of the Christmas fixtures and stuff like that. West Ham have looked much better in recent times under Nuno and stuff like that, but Fulham also doing really, really well under Marco Silva after kind of finding their form again after a dodgy period. I think West Ham will win this one, but it'll be tight again. I think 2-1. I think Fulham in recent times have kind of found a way to get over the line, but at times struggle. But I think West Ham here 2-1. Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Chelsea versus Aston Villa, probably one of the ones to watch out for. This is a big game. This is a top 4 contenders one. Chelsea at home at the Bridge again. The Chelsea fans, they'll be in buoyant mood. Christmas time and stuff like that. Fans love their football and stuff like that. Up against Aston Villa, who are on a tear at the moment. Absolute on a tear. And this is going to be a key game. This is going to be a test of their mettle to see how they really contenders for that top 4, top 5 position, or is it a false position? But they've been playing scintillating football under Emery, posting wins and W's on the board no matter where they go. Didn't show up against us on Anfield and stuff like that. You kind of felt on the day we weren't that great either, but we got away with it and we beat them comprehensively, but they were poor. Then we move into Sunday. I'm going to go probably 2-2 draw on that one. Then we move into the 28th. Sunderland versus Leeds. Leeds doing really, really well. Big win the other day. Paul was over at it. Massive win for them and stuff like that. But again, visiting Sunderland and the Cats. And Sunderland till I die. I think Sunderland are going to win this one 2-1 against Leeds, just marginally. Then we move into the last game to wrap up this week 18 of fixtures. We've got Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. Tottenham all over the place at the moment. We've seen how filthy that game was against Liverpool and stuff like that. I think Palace are going to win this one marginally 2-1 and take the last London derby of this week 18 as well. Again, let us know your predictions in the comments. This is your Premier League predictions week 18. We'll talk to you again real soon. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification button and dropping a like on the video, and enjoy the remainder of your Boxing Day / St. Stephen's Day. Cheers folks.